Hi, I'm the Brickheaz. Grab your favorite drink, take a seat by the fire. We will talk about another set today. Enjoy! This is the Lego 10265, the Ford Mustang out of the Creator Expert series. Let's get the facts straight. It's got 1,471 pieces, a list price of 170 euros. It started at 130. It released in 2019. There's a quite high possibility of it retiring at the end of this year or start of next year, so end of 2023 or start of 2024. It's got a weight of 1,117 gram, which makes the price per gram 15.2 cent. I've basically weighed that myself with all the extra pieces, even with the sticker sheet and the extra exterior. I'll talk about the reason a little bit later. So that's the facts of the set. Let's talk about the box content. I'd love to show you the box itself, but I got this set at the beginning of 2021 and we're now in like mid-2023, so I don't have it. Despite me being quite a box hoarder, yeah, I don't have it anymore. It probably took about like 10 whacks of my wife with the newspaper for me to get actually rid of it, but at some point it happened, so I can't show you the box. What I can show you is the instruction. That boom you heard, it's not only my fragile desk, it is the thickness of this manual. For the 1,471 pieces, we've got, what is it, 206 pages and 313 building steps for the main car, with some extra pages in between to show you the model in the different variations. And then an additional, what is it, 46 for the larger air intake and the NOS bottle and all that stuff. So we've got like 350 plus building steps for the 1,471 pieces, which itself tells you this instruction is difficult. So that's content, and of course we've got a sticker sheet. As you can see, I did apply quite a few of the stickers, which is unusual. For this one I did it because I just did. Yeah. Basically that's the box content. Let's talk about the features, because this set does have quite a few features and I just want to show them to you. We can open the hood, we can open the trunk, we can open both doors. The doors are actually quite stable. They are built out of a combination of 2 hinge plates for the outside and a double hinge plate combination on the inside. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a double hinge plate combination. Those are aligned behind each other, and that does still stabilize the door from the inside, which makes this rather stable construction, which is not really that typical for Lego doors in that way, in those sets. Those tend to be a little bit more wobbly, at least in the past. This one is really good. I like that. We can take off the roof, make it a convertible. Gives me a chance to give you an interior look. One thing, yeah, you can take off the spoiler. It's not really meant to be taken off the way I just did it, but yeah, you can take that off. It is kind of designed like that, so you can take it off. You can also, on the interior, flip over the seats. We do have, if I flip them back, we do have the steering wheel that is working. Major feature, we can move the suspension, the rear one, not the front one, but you can change the ride height of that. I'll just change it back down. There's just this wheel there where you move that. Nothing too fancy, but it's a cool feature. We can also detach the front splitter. Like this. What else do we have? We can transform the hood. We can take out that piece of the hood and then install the compressor. Wait, actually, I think I missed a piece here. Usually the engine cover is up top there. I don't want to. Am I too stupid now? Never mind. This one's usually applied up there. Like this. That's the way you initially built the car. That's the way it's meant to be. This one is a sticker though. That is one of the stickers. And now we can transform it. Like this. Cool. I like that. Another attachment is the NOS bottle. That one is also a sticker, not a print. But we're going to be talking about the prints a little bit later. That has been all the features. Which is enough, I'd say. Pretty cool. The design. First of all, I have to say the design is really awesome. For me personally, it's amazing to have a muscle car, and especially this one. This is my all-time favorite personal dream car, which makes it even cooler to have a model of that out of Locomotive. It's a chunky, edgy muscle car that basically yells, "Build me out of bricks!" Which is different compared to other cars that we've got, especially the Technic cars. Look at the Ford 2154, is it? I believe the Ford GT, or the Ferrari Daytona. Those are just terrible choices to be built out of bricks because they've got this like round aerodynamical shape, which really does not yell "build me out of bricks." Another thing we have to talk about is the instruction again. I've showed it to you before. the instruction kind of shows you the target audience for that. Because the target audience for this set is not the typical Lego fan or brick building fan who's getting as many sets as they can to build them, like I do. I love the building. I like the building techniques, I love the building style. And this car or this set is not meant for that target audience. This set is meant for the audience of Mustang fans who basically buy everything that is a Mustang. Never mind what it is. You can see that in the instruction difficulty because obviously no one is supposed to be left behind. Everybody who buys the set is supposed to bring it to this stage. Which means this is not a 16 plus set as it is advertised on the box. This is basically a 6 plus set, which is advertised as 16 plus. Because adults are supposed to be buying that, especially if you look at the price tag. That's about that. Another thing we have to talk about is the color pane. Again, this is a 6 plus set. For a 6-year-old, those colors are great. They're a great orientation while building it. They find it cool because it's colorful. A 16-year-old, however, who Lego expects to buy the set, does not need that. At least not the average 16-year-old. You could now argue that Lego apparently thinks the average 16-year-old who buys Lego sets has an IQ that is so limited that they need instructions for holding a cup. So someone has to tell them, like, hey, the opening goes on top so you don't spill the liquid. That's apparently the IQ Lego expects of their target audience when they write 16 plus on the sets, otherwise they won't do that. Or you could argue that they've just had some colourful spare pieces that they threw into that set, which is a real shame. But on the other hand, we've got about like 45 wrong colour pieces, unnecessary colour pieces, which is for Lego standards okay. We've had a lot worse, but still for like a 16 plus set, I mean, come on, then just write 6 plus on the set. Okay, let's jump to the parts. And there's some really cool stuff happening because despite the sticker sheet, there is a mass of prints in this set, which is untypical for Lego nowadays. So that's great, so we want to talk about that, I want to show that. Let's start. All these things are prints. Same on the other side, obviously. This large piece here is a print on both sides. We've got on the interior the speedometer. We have this one, sticker. The Mustang on the engine. But hold on, we're not done. Every white part up the middle with that blue line is a print. On here as well. print. There too. Print. And we've even got spare piece prints like a speedometer and the Mustang. I'm impressed. I did not expect that. I expected more of this, which is a pleasant surprise. When we're talking about parts, we also have to talk about the part quality. And that one is basically flawless. There's nothing really to argue about. The large windshields are totally fine. There are 2 scratches on the rear one, but I actually think I did that myself because the set has been moved around a lot lately in the past 2 years. So I think that happened with that. I don't remember seeing those when I unpacked them and seeing any scratches on the windshields. So part quality absolutely fine. It all sticks together well as we're used to that with Lego. No broken pieces or no missing pieces. Absolutely fine. No point arguing about that. Price. We have to talk about the price. It's kind of the elephant in the room, and it's been sitting there the entire time on purpose because I kind of wanted to keep it for the later part of the video because I did not just want to start with ripping the set apart because it's too expensive. I mean, it's a Lego set. It's got a Mustang license on that, so obviously it had to be expensive. The 130 euros with which it released were fine. They were still a hefty price tag, but for Lego standards, 8 point something cent per piece where that stood were totally fine. The 11 point something cent per piece is okay. We can't even say it's that bad because the set is too good in the end, in my opinion. Nonetheless, what I did is I weighed the set, and I'm going to do that with all the future sets I'm going to be showing because I deem that to be a more fair way of judging the price, because this will also include the piece size. Because obviously such a windshield is worth more than a 1x1 piece. So if you take the Qingdao tiny houses I've showed before in the previous video, those easily have a couple of hundred pieces, but are only the size of like the hood here. So you can't really compare that because the piece count is high, but the piece size, the average one, is way lower than this set, which is why I thought like I'm gonna weigh that and calculate the price per gram, which is 15.2 cent per gram for this set. Since I haven't really weighed that many other sets, I can't really argue how much that is. We're gonna be seeing that in the future. For the conclusion, I have to say, in my opinion, this is the best Lego car on the market. End of story. That's it. It's not only the best Lego car for me, it is probably one of the best creator expert sets on the market. And I'd even go further and say this is among the top 5 Lego sets that have been released in the past 10 years. Which says a bit more about the average Lego set quality we received in the past 10 years than it does about this set, in my opinion. Because yes, the set is good, but still it comes at a price tag of 170 euros for a bit of... for a car that still looks like this from the bottom. If I pay 170 euros for a car, it has to come without the color pane on the bottom. It also has to come without that sticker crap. Yes, you could argue now, like, yeah, you have the license plate from the different countries and all that stuff. Honestly, I don't care. For 170 euros, there has to be more than that. That make it 175 and include the prints. Because Lego won't be paying more than 5 euros for the entire set to have like 14 prints more in there. It's not that expensive. Sorry Lego, but no. Tell that story to someone else. I don't care. That's this. And despite all that, it is such a good set. Again, the price, it is ridiculous. The 130 euros was okay. The 170, in my opinion, is not. Especially, why raise the price of an existing set? Probably someone at Lego were like, yeah, we can't have a good set that is also decently priced. Someone else was like, yeah, Steve, you're right. Let's up the price. And I think they've upped it twice. I think the first step was to 150. And just a couple of weeks later, they upped it to 170. But I'm not really too sure about that anymore. I only know I've still got it for 130. And now it's on 170. But the set is not exclusive anymore. So you can get it in the open market, which means you'll get discounts. I've seen it for 120 in the open market. So maybe look for that in like the special discount seasons like Black Friday and stuff like that. Maybe you'll have a chance of a really, really great discount deal if you see it at like sub 110 euros. That's an amazing grab for that set because it is really, really cool. This means all there's left to be said is bye and the Brickheaz.